Hello, hello, hello. Oh, we are we are loading. A little early for that, don't you think? Well, that was fun. You were supposed to surprise me with that later. Anyway, welcome, welcome. It does work. Great to see everybody here in the chat as always. Nice to see where everybody is joining from. We are going to just start chatting about stuff today, so we'll see how this goes. If you have anything you want me to play around with, I've got a handful of gear here, mostly accessible. I've got the RØDECaster is still set up in front of me, so that's easy for me to play around with. But I've got YoloBox Director Mini here. We can try things out and see what trouble we can get up to. Great to see everyone here. There was, oh yeah, I saw Rossi from Bangkok. I just booked my flights to Bangkok for March for work, so that'll be fun. I'm hoping it's not too hot. Everything I've been reading about any videos from Thailand, everyone is just complaining about how hot it is there. So we will see. I do not like hot weather. Matt says, I can go watch the video, but do you remember the company that did the remote streaming that you got the box cameras from? What were they called? Oh, I completely forgot their name. Should be in the link in that video though. All right, if you have a question, start your message with the letter Q, and it filters it into the questions column on my screen here. Otherwise, we're gonna just start going. So this, I have not. I've been like doing. I had a trip this week, so I didn't have a lot of time here. Except yesterday, I spent some time trying to clean things up, which is, yeah, it's just a constant in and out of stuff coming in and out of the studio. So it's just always a big mess. And I have now moved most of the house hardware that's going to get installed out of this room, thankfully, because there is a room I can actually stash everything in. So like all the light switches and the water meters and the what else is in there? Oh, a bunch of networking gear. So thankfully that freed up a lot of the floor space that of things were just starting to stack up on the floor here. But still somehow there's too many things in this room, and I need to solve that. So one of the things I've been doing is posting a bunch of stuff on my shop, the shop.rpk.tv. And so there's a handful of gear there that's like my used gear that I post there, which is, and I'll drop the link in the chat. Things that so anything that's in the used gear category is going to be things that I have. Oh, some of those should not be in that category. Well, I'll have to fix that. Anyway, what's supposed to be is everything in the used gear category is things that I've actually bought, and I am now done with it for whatever reason. It still works, but I don't need it anymore. I've switched to other versions of them or whatever it is. So those are posted for sale there at a pretty good discount. Some of it is pretty old stuff, some of it's pretty new stuff. It's kind of a mix. And then the other thing that I've been doing is finding a bunch of things that I did not buy, but were things that I have reviewed or shared on the channel previously that I also just don't need anymore. So that stuff is in a different category. That stuff is in a giveaway category. And we're going to try this. We're going to try doing some giveaways on the stream today and see if my giveaway system is still working. I think it is. But basically the way it'll work is anybody who says anything in the chat today while we're live will be entered. And I will spin a wheel, which will choose somebody from that list at random of everybody who has said something in the chat today. And then you'll, if you are the winner, you will get a discount code that gives you 100% off anything in that giveaway category. So that's how it is going to work. Let me just double check. Let's see. There's a couple of things I need to move to the other, move out of the category. I don't know how that happened. I spent a long time on this yesterday, but some of this just got moved around, it looks like. And then I can drop this link after that is, yeah. I am, how are we doing? The Ceremonic, that's the last one. There we go. Okay. Okay, so yeah, that's what I've been doing. What's that map? It's everybody in the chat today who has said where they're coming from. So if you want to get on the map, just say hello from, and then you should show up. Hello, Fred. Here's my thing in the chat. Great. Do the cats attack my shirt? They don't seem super concerned about it. Okay, great. Good questions coming in. Let me let me take a look at some of the questions before we start. Before we start getting into this. Oh, that's funny. It's funny when the link in the chat shows up before Aaron says I posted the link in the chat. I have this set to super low latency, so it should be only a couple seconds off. So double check that if you're looking on YouTube and there's a little the little live icon, I think it's like down there. If it's gray, that means you're actually watching not live. You're actually like scrolled back a little bit, and that can happen for various reasons. But if you click on it, then it should skip you to live, and then it'll turn red, and that means you are watching with no delay. Well, minimum delay possible. Okay, let's take a look at some of the questions before we start spinning this giveaway wheel. Also, I have to remember how I load up the wheel because it is... Oh, I usually use the Fire TV for it. That is going to be a challenge. Is the code for the map available for download and self-hosting is possible? I have a version of it that's on my GitHub, which is now kind of old. And maybe actually I just took it down because it was... I did not take it down. It has not been updated since 2 years ago. Why does it say 5 years ago? Oh. That because 2020 is 5 years ago. Oh, that's not good. Wow. Okay. That. Do you realize that means I've been streaming for 5 years? That is wild. That's not okay. I'm not okay with this. This is the project, which is, it looks like updated. Oh yeah, I touched one thing 3 years ago, but most of this is 5 years old. It kind of works. The problem is that, and this is the reason that I just kind of stopped working on this publicly, is because it's really quite complicated to get this working with all the API key stuff you need from Google. And the rate limits from Google are enough to do a live stream with this for like a little bit of time, but then you'll eventually need to, like if you're doing this for longer streams, then you'll eventually need to request a rate limit increase from Google, which is also just a process. And it's a lot. So you can try it, but the thing that I actually recommend doing is, well, you need the API key for this as well, but H2R graphics is another good option for doing this. This does a lot more than just the map. It's actually a really useful tool. This is by John, who also has a YouTube channel. But then there's a feature which is also that map. And you will need to still go through the process of getting the API keys, but this is actually like maintained and updated and will probably be a lot less frustrating to you than trying to get my pile of code to work. It works a little bit differently, but it is a very similar map feature. Leave the chat up for a little longer as you read them at warp speed. Okay, I can do that. I do read really quickly. HHB says, I see you managed to get a DV cam machine. I did. I got, I now have a Sony 8mm tape deck. So it plays Super 8, High 8, not digital. And then that one is the DV cam for the mini DV tapes, which I have now finished archiving. And now I never actually had any of the full DV cam tapes. I only had the mini DV. I just forgot that was a totally different tape than the 8mm. And I apparently don't have that video camera anymore, which is weird. Let Your Nerd Be Here says, I wonder if instead of the Google APIs, you could use Social Stream for the maps and chat overlays. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, that's an interesting idea. I could, yeah. I mean, my thing is working fine for me, so. Stream-Alive has a map solution, but the free version only works for the first 25 commenters. Probably also because of rate limit stuff. Interesting. Anything caught my eye at CES this year? I haven't even watched any CES coverage, which is It's been a long week. I had all day meetings several days in a row. In case I write several chat messages, are my chances higher to win? Nope. You just need to be in the list of people who've commented today, and then that's the list. Speaking of, let me see if I can at least just like find this this file to load this wheel, because otherwise none of this is going to work. And we'll have to do this some other way. Somewhere in here I have a... This is what I get for getting distracted this morning and not working on this project. Oh, I think that might do it. Let's see if this works. Oh, I did break it. Okay. Interesting. I think this won't take too long to fix. I moved things around. I forgot about that. Ah. I think it's minor change. Yeah. I'll do that. And I think that means I just need to put this into OBS or something, and then it should work. Great. Let's make sure the background is transparent. So I think I can do this by just doing... This is going to be funny because it's going to actually put this giveaway wheel. It's going to do this because this OBS overlay is actually live on my ATEM right now. Yeah, there it goes. And let's try that. And if I load the wheel, hey, it worked. Okay, great. So we can just leave this. Where is this going to live? It's going to live over here so that when I'm back on this, it's sitting over in that corner. Look at that. So that is everyone who has said something today already. Off to a good start. And now I need a button to remove this from OBS. So that I don't get stuck on it. OBS. Yeah. Source giveaway wheel toggle. And why is it not working? There it goes. Beautiful. All right. You did not win already. That was just the placeholder for where it starts. See, it's in between. It's right at the top, in between the two people. All right, maybe take a look at some of the questions before we keep going. Jonathan says, on the NDI versus SRT debate, which do you prefer, all other things equal? What do you mean all other things equal? Because they are pretty different from each other. And I mean, they do very different things. So like NDI is more like for virtual video router, where you can, it's not just about point-to-point video. It's about, you know, you can make a camera available on the network and then pull it from multiple different locations. Whereas I guess SRT, you can technically do that, but SRT is much more intended to be like point-to-point transmission. Okay, let's say that's not a difference. All other things being equal, I definitely prefer SRT, if only because I am just kind of mad about the licensing situation with NDI. I feel like it's not. I just don't like it. It's not free. It's not open. It is a single company's protocol that they developed. They ship it as SDKs to software and hardware developers, and they charge hardware manufacturers to implement it and in products, and then that charge ends up being either you see it as an additional license that you have to buy to use NDI with the product, or they bundle it into the price of the product, and it's just more expensive than it would have been otherwise. So, yeah. Oh yes, great question on the giveaways. So, will you ship the giveaways outside the US? In my experience, it does not make any sense to do this because a lot of these things are not actually like very expensive. So the cost of shipping and taxes and customs and stuff ends up just making it not worth it for anybody. So like if it's going to be like, here's an example. Here's a silly example. Actually, this might be actually ironically the easiest one to ship internationally. This vMix mousepad from NAB. How much is this actually worth? I don't know. How much would customs think it's worth? I don't know. I could probably stick it in a letter envelope. So maybe this one I can ship internationally. But the other things that are like electronics, that starts getting just complicated. So, yeah. Oh, question from Adam. This is a classic. Is it possible to lock the streaming quality to high on the ATEM Mini stream? I set the quality to high and don't start the stream right away. It then changes to a blank lowest quality setting without me knowing. Do double check that you are on the latest version of the ATEM software and on your computer, and have updated the firmware on the ATEM itself. There was a very, very bad bug, which was if you had two different computers software control that you would connect to an ATEM, then if you were using like a custom stream setting and you open it up in the other one, the other computer didn't have it, if it didn't have that that setting in the software, it would like overwrite and set the bitrate to 0, and your recording would look like absolute garbage. And this actually ruined a couple of things I recorded a couple times, which was really frustrating. And that problem has been fixed. So it shouldn't be doing that anymore. The now what happens is like it doesn't get overwritten, so it should, even if you are seeing blank, it shouldn't actually be lowest quality anymore. It should just be like whatever it was set to. The other thing about the streaming settings is don't forget that in the ATEM software control, why isn't mine up? In the ATEM software control, there is the file save startup state option. Don't forget to click that periodically, because once you do that, then if you power cycle the ATEM, it will resume, it'll restore all the settings you had previously. And if you don't do that, then whatever the last time you click that button is what will be resumed, which it could be the lowest quality recording streaming. So that could be what's going on also. Okay. Oh, comments on the NDI. NDI licensing is annoying. I got one of the link pies last year, but need to pay extra to enable NDI for longer than 30 minutes. Exactly. Robert says, because of all the reasons you make about NDI, I hope IP2110 grows in acceptance. I hope so too, although I will say it's also very different from NDI because it is, there isn't like a NDI. So NDI has like full NDI and NDI HX, which is compressed, which works across Wi-Fi or lower bandwidth connections. IP2110 is like requires huge amount of bandwidth on the network. So if you have like 3 video feeds at 3 3G video feeds, then you're already like, you need a 10 gig network in order to get those across. So, so yeah, that's the big difference. It'll be interesting if IP2110 starts going down the route of making a compressed version also. But I have no idea. Yeah. Okay. Oh my gosh, so many questions already in the chat. Kevin says, if I'm using an ATEM Mini Extreme ISO, I'm wondering if it can trigger recording on the Blackmagic Video Assist. We use Sony camcorders for our cameras. And I'm trying to get 4K capture. No, I don't think the Video Assist ever had the ATEM Mini integration. The HyperDecks do have integrations with the ATEMs. Because you can like link your, I think mine's linked. Yeah, so you can link your ATEM so that it knows about the HyperDecks, and then you can trigger recording and play back in the HyperDecks. But this doesn't exist for the Video Assist. And then the other part is the ATEM Mini has special camera control over the Blackmagic cameras, and those, it can trigger recording in the cameras, but that also didn't get added to the Video Assist. So kind of a bummer, but yeah. Rossi says, I've won the prize once since I'm in Thailand. I didn't claim it. Hope you don't mind. Well, if you do win this time, maybe I can just bring it to you in March. Oh, Mark says, any thoughts on the Cinetrique Stream 1? Is that a new one? Let's see what this is. I haven't seen this one yet. This is 4 input, 2 out. Oh, 6 input, 1 aux background SD card. Okay. PTZ control. Interesting. Wireless control, IP control. Recording and playback. Dual streaming. Looks very similar to the feature list of the OC GoStream. NDI coming soon, optional. No, I haven't seen this one. I have seen a couple of the other Cinetrique switchers. Some of the previous models. They seem fine. I haven't played too much with the remote control. That would be the thing I would be most curious about, because I'm a big fan of remote control options for these things, because it just makes it so much easier to combine with other things in a studio. So Cinetrique Stream 1 is the first video switcher to challenge the OC GoStream price. What's the price of it? I didn't see anything listed about the price. Is it even listed anywhere yet? I don't see it listed. Oh, maybe it's on Amazon. Also $300 looks like. Oh, and they have a SDI version. Oh, and interesting. They have a combined SDI and HDMI version with 2 SDI ins and 2 HDMI ins. That's cool. No one's done that one yet. Well, I guess the GoStream Duet is kind of that, but cool. It looks like I should try to get a hold of one of these. Am I going to be at ISE Barcelona? No, I do not have any plans to go to that. It looks like my NAB plans are kind of getting a wrench thrown into them this year, because I have a conflicting event that same week. So it looks like I'm going to be only at NAB on Sunday and then like Monday morning, and have to leave Monday. So it's going to be a short NAB for me this year, sadly. But I've got some work stuff I need to get to on Monday night. Bowles Promo says, have you ever compared the Talent with the Director Mini? So the OBSBOT Talent is the Director Mini. It is made by Magewell. It is the same hardware. The difference is the OBSBOT has added a little bit of their own software into it for OBSBOT camera control. I haven't finished fully playing around with it, but one of the other differences is because they like customize the Director Mini software, they are slower on the updates than the Director Mini. So Director Mini version 3, I think it's 3. I'm trying to remember the version numbers now. The latest version of the Director Mini software came out, version 3, and that wasn't yet on the OBSBOT Talent. I haven't actually checked in a couple of weeks, so it could be now, but there's going to be a lag between new versions in the Director Mini versus that software update coming to the OBSBOT Talent. John says, what streaming software are you using? I've been doing lives on YouTube with an ATEM Mini Pro as a webcam with no streaming software. I also don't use software. It's all a bunch of hardware. So this is a ATEM Constellation 4ME, which gives me a whole bunch of inputs for things, and then the everything else is running through various other bits. So I've got the stream that's thing encoding the stream is actually an ATEM Mini. It's the ATEM Mini SDI. It is under the rack down there, and then I'm not actually using the HyperDeck for this stream right now, but I've got little monitors. This is also not for the stream right now, but I did do a stream with the RØDECaster video a couple weeks ago, New Year's, and yeah, so that's most of the gear is unfortunately not in this camera shot. I should probably try to fix that. I wonder if my PTZ camera can reach down there. It can. That's convenient. I should, barely. It can barely reach down there. That is the Constellation 4ME. I've got the video hub up there for some more routing. And then the ATEM doing the encoding is the one that's blinky lights down there. I do use OBS for graphics in the stream, but that's it. It's OBS running actually into that Ultra Studio. So when I show a chat message, you'll see it pop up on this little preview. And that's outputting the key fill graphics into the stream for showing it on the overlay there. I assumed it was streaming software because of the chats. Yeah, so that's the trick. Is the chats are all in a web page, which is loaded up into OBS. OBS goes into the Ultra Studio. That gives me key fill output into the ATEM, and that way you get a nice chat overlay in a hardware-based stream. JK Lumen Arc is trying to stream vertically on the YoloBox. So the YoloBox Ultra has a mode to switch it into vertical mode. The YoloBox Pro does not. But if you're using the Ultra, then go back out to the beginning of the screen, and there's a separate button to load up the vertical interface, and it works totally differently than the main YoloBox interface. But you have to go totally back out to the beginning of the menu, and then go into vertical mode that way. Would that do your projector thing, the Cine Trick? Ooh, would it? It very well might. I'll have to go through that list again. So the app will eventually be for the iPhone for the Talent, so I should be patient. Ooh, this is a good one. Does the Magewell Director Mini app work with the OBSBOT Talent? It probably does. Because it's all the same stuff. That's a good one to test. I don't remember where I put the... This one's the Director Mini, I think. Yeah. I think the Talent is on the other table. Okay, let's try... Let's try the first giveaway wheel. Wow, that's a lot of people. Okay, the way this is going to work is if you're in the U.S., if you're not in the U.S., if you win, you can still buy. I'll give you a coupon for any of the for like my digital products, but just shipping stuff is not practical. Actually, before we do the giveaway, I should probably talk about some of the stuff. So I didn't put pictures of the gear, sadly. I should. Well, hopefully it doesn't matter very soon. But so on the shop, I'm gonna drop this link to the shop in the chat again, and the category here is all the stuff that is eligible for the giveaway coupon code that you'll win if you are a winner. So handful of stuff that it's just me cleaning house, so don't get too excited. But I do have vMix mouse pads, which I got from NAB. So either of these are up for grabs. There's a couple of wireless mics that I've talked about previously before in various videos. Why is my overhead camera so dark? Should really fix that. I feel like this needs to be a little bit brighter. Oh, shoot. And it's not wanting to talk to my Lumix tether. Anyway, where is it? There it is. This is the Comica VD Live cute little microphone kit. It is USB-C, so it goes into a phone, and then these are the transmitters. So 2 mics go into the transmitter. Cute little kit, comes with the charging box, nice and flat, actually, which is I like this form factor. So if you need a USB-C mic, this is up for grabs. A pile of Lego parts from the camera. And what else have I got here? Oh yeah, the one downside of this is that there's a bunch of other. This is like everyone who makes these mics, they make these great cases, and then all the accessories like the cables and windscreens don't fit in the case, and then you have to get a little bag for it. That's the one thing about the DJI Mini that they did right. Those things fit in the case, which is really nice. Okay, so we got the Comica mic, we've got a Ceramonic mic kit, same deal. Some of the cables don't fit in the case, but this is the Blink 500 Pro. So this one is the Lightning version. So same idea, dual wireless mic kit to the receiver, which plugs into a phone. There's this pouch is a little bit tighter to get that back in. There's this one, which is pretty old at this point, but it still works. Also, very interesting form factor. This is the Cinco, and these things like attach, which I actually really like as a concept. So the microphones attach onto the side, and that's how they charge. And then this one has a USB interface and camera out. And then this is the case for it, which at least has place for the cables and stuff. There's that one. A lot of little wireless mics. There's so many of those. This weird webcam, early COVID webcam. It's not 360, but it's definitely made for like sitting on a desk. Then there's this little SD card case, which came from somebody at NAB, hard shell. Then there's this little LED projector, which is not very good. This came from the Temu haul. So it's almost not worth shipping because the cost of shipping compared to the cost of buying this new is not that different. There's also this Comica ATEM USB audio interface with mic. It's a cute little kit, little sound buttons, sound pads, so USB interface for a microphone. Then what else? I feel like there's a few more things. They're just not within arm's reach. So the way this is going to work is if you are a winner, then you I'll send you a coupon code for the online store, which will take the price of any of these things in this category to 0. If you also just want to like buy one of these right now, you can. But if you get the coupon code, it'll make it $0. There will be a little bit of a shipping charge just because it really adds up. But yeah, the cost will be 0 for the item. Okay. Tiny webcam. Okay, let's bring up the wheel. Oh, do I have the sounds on for this? I think I do. This is, let's make sure that's up to date. This wheel is everybody who is in the chat today who has said something in the chat. And that gets your name on the wheel. We will spin the wheel, and there will be a winner chosen at random from everybody who is participating in the chat. Then I'll tell you how to claim the prize. So let's spin. There we go. Oh, I think the sound effects are working. Maybe not. There we go. All right. Can you hear the sound effects through the microphone? I think so. Let's get let's adjust the audio here. Monitor for. Oh, that was because it was coming through my computer. Okay, Bowls promo. You are the first winner. Congrats. The way that you can get the promo code is there is a link in the video description to the Discord server. And click that link, join the Discord. There's a giveaways channel, and then say something in that channel, and I'll message you the I will message you the coupon code from that. I think I know why the sound effect was working. I think it was coming from my computer rather than from OBS. How do I get control audio? There we go. Okay, congrats. Winner number 1. Oh, there you are. Oh, you are already a channel member, so you should already be in the Discord. Even better. Okay, let's take a look at some of the chats again. Oh, you have a question as well. Is there a chance that the RØDECaster video could get action replay in an update? That is a good question. I don't have any actual information about this, but I suspect based on the way that it is built that it is possible. I have no idea if they're planning on working on it or anything, but I suspect that it is a possible thing they could add in an update. There was a question from... Oh, this is okay about the Ultra, YoloBox Ultra. Wait, I thought your problem was... Oh, YouTube vertically. I misread the question. YouTube vertical. So what do I don't know. What does YouTube support for vertical live streams? Actually, now I don't know because I'm pretty sure actually if you just push a vertical canvas to YouTube, it would work. I've never tried that. But the huh. Yeah, because they don't have the YouTube app in the YoloBox Ultra. I've never even tried to go live vertically on YouTube. How weird. Anybody else have any ideas? Interesting. Remco says, my ATEM Mini had a cache today that my internet speed is high enough. How can I fix this? It may have just been a random glitch. It's what happens is the ATEM is always caching the stream so that if there's a hiccup in the network connection and then it reconnects, it can dump the cache quickly so that your viewers don't actually see any interruptions. So if you're seeing the cache fill up, it means that there is a problem with the network. So it could be just a random glitch in the network. There isn't really anything you can do except just change the network connection or just wait for it to clear up. So it's funny because if you didn't see that number, that cache number, you wouldn't even know anything was wrong, but you might actually be having a problem with the stream. So it's just making it more visible. I wonder what Blackmagic will present in April at NAB. Any rumors for ATEM Mini 4K ISO? I really doubt it. They haven't even made the ATEM Television Studio 4K ISO. So I seriously doubt they're able to shrink it down into a mini form factor. Matt says, when I got my OBSBOT Tail, I wasn't all that impressed, but I started to change my mind on that and liking it more. It is a cool little camera. Definitely the not the quality of like a mirrorless camera, but it's cool. I like that it's battery powered too, because it just means a lot easier to work with in certain places. Oh, Matt says YouTube isn't supported. I just checked the Facebook chat and found the answer. Send the vertical via the regular. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't actually know what you would expect vertical live on YouTube to look like. I don't even know if they have that concept. Why am I seeing a Discord alert? Ah, somebody added me as a friend. What's going on in the chat? Oh, what's oh, Bert, what? I don't understand what this is from. Is this a super chat? It didn't show up in the super chat section. Oh, it's a super sticker. Oh, I don't have a way to show that in my graphics. That's why it's not. That's why I was confused. Thank you for the super sticker. There it is in the chat. From Birdfeeder TV Live 4K UHD. Thank you very much. And Bailey just re-upped as a channel member as well. Thanks a lot. I like the Tail Air for wide shots. The quality is great. Yeah, I agree. The digital zoom on it is not super great. The Tail 2 is enticing with actual optical zoom. Yeah, this one, I think the Tail 2 is really really interesting because they added the an actual zoom lens. So the zoom quality will be a lot better. MHD says, I use the walkie-talkies to communicate with videographers while I live stream, and then I see the ATEM Mini Pro's preview HDMI goes black out when I push the PTT to talk. Oh my gosh. Welcome to the wonderful world of radio. I'm very curious what walkie-talkies you use, because theoretically, they should be low enough power that it is not able to do that, but that's not always the case, and it also will very much depend on the distance of your walkie-talkie antenna to the ATEM. Also, the cable that you're using can affect this. So if you try to find a much thicker HDMI cable that's got more shielding in it, and that will insulate it better from the radio interference. But also, just move your walkie-talkie farther away. Like if it's a foot away, then it'll every foot you move it away will like square. It'll square, or every foot closer is like a square energy addition. So move it farther away. A foot farther will reduce the interference, then go another foot and it reduces it even more. But yeah, you're just getting radio interference to the HDMI somehow. And that is the if you've ever seen this, the stickers on products, what's the language that must accept interference? Let's see if that's, yeah, FCC part 15. There it is. So you've probably seen the sticker that says the device must accept interference that may be caused by the operations of unauthorized users or unlicensed devices. Let's see if I can find. It's got to be on like. No, I don't see it on this one. It's probably in the manual of this. Anyway, this is an example of that kind of interference. How do you become a member? Thank you. So there should be a link on, if you're on my channel page on YouTube, there should be a join button. And the join button is, will go through the YouTube membership subscription. Gwen says, I use Hollyland SolidComm for comms and haven't had issues, but could be I've just been lucky. The Hollyland SolidComms use a completely different frequency than walkie-talkies do. So a piece of wire might be it might receive interference on a certain frequency, but not others. So the SolidComms may not cause interference when a different walkie-talkie does, just because they're different frequencies. Also, the SolidComms, I think those are what is the frequency? Let's see if I can find it. It is, that's the store page. That's not super helpful. There it is. What is the, it's probably 2.4 or 5 gigahertz. That's my guess. Here we go. Oh no, okay, different. 1.8 gigahertz. Okay. So walkie-talkies don't use this frequency at all. But I would also expect that Hollyland products have gone through much more testing and certifications, and would probably be less likely to cause interference at all versus very cheap walkie-talkies. If you get ham radios, you can also cause chaos with a lot of electronics. I have a really old digital piano on the desk over there. It's actually like, God, I think it's from like 2005 or something. Still works totally fine. I don't know why I would need to upgrade it. It's got hammer action keys. It's great. It feels like a real piano. But it, if I have a ham radio on like the 2-meter band, and I'm like 6 feet away, and I push to talk on it, it like goes and makes a really loud buzz because it's just not isolated from that frequency. Kind of scary. And then I have a monitor, really cheap HDMI monitor that goes black if I'm too close to it as well. It's fun. Okay, we've done only one winner so far. We're gonna have to choose a bunch more winners. Let me load that up again. Let's load the wheel. Anybody who has said anything in the chat today is on this list. And if you are one of the lucky winners, then join the Discord, which there's a link in the description. You don't have to be a member to join the Discord. You just have to be a channel member to see all the other channels. But I made a giveaways channel, and you should go post in there if you win. Oh, and then let's see if the sound works on this one. There it goes. Now it's piped in directly. Who is the lucky winner? It's Eric. Great, another US. Congrats. It is a lot of people. It's a big stream today. Eric, I know you're in the Discord already, so congrats. Eric. Message me on Discord, and I will message you back the discount code. And it's going to be first come, first serve on these, because whoever is, I only have like, one of these things. So if you're the first one to place that order in the store, you get it. You get your choice. Let me, can I add a note here for Eric? There we go. I'm going to message you the discount code. And I don't see Bulls Promo TV on Discord, so make sure you join. Yeah, I don't see you there. Make sure you join and then message me. Finally won something. Congrats. He literally just got here. Great timing. Yeah, sadly, it's only for people in the USA. At least for the physical products, because it's just not practical to ship things internationally. It's too expensive, and customs is a pain to deal with. If you are outside of the USA and you win, though, I will give you a discount code for any of the digital products that I have. So that would be things like what are my digital products now? Oh, actually, I could. Yeah, so the digital ones would be like the video stress test video clips. So that would be the this is like just a digital download. I have a PDF version of the organizer, which is not as exciting as the physical one, but the video clips are good. I thought I had another one. I guess the planner, which I have updated for 2025. I just haven't linked it to this store yet. I'm just catching up on the chat now. Eric says hello, and then Matt says you're late, putting you in detention. Except he won. Just walking in. Great. I'll take the stress test. Well, you have to be a winner first. We'll spin the wheel again in a second. What's going on up there? Cats have woken up and are causing chaos. Emerald says Solidcom is using DECT. There's a new one on 2.4 gigahertz. Yeah, I remember seeing there's a new version. I haven't played around with them, the Solidcoms too much. I just don't have a lot of practical reasons to use them here. As you can see, I'm just doing a lot of talking to myself in this studio. Stuart says, do you have a preference for rack mounts or appears you built your own? Yeah, so the one that's down, the one down here is metal frame. It's an open frame rack because I do too much rewiring, so I need access to everything all the time. So it's open on the sides, it's open on the back as well, and I have things mounted both directions. So this is the front of it, but then on the back is like where the network gear gets mounted. And I like this one a lot. I think it's 19U, and if it's exactly under this table, there's like no space up there. Well, there's finger amount of space apparently. And what is that one? It is a let's see if I can find it. Rack is probably not super helpful to search for. Oh, it worked. Oh, 15, not 19. It is 15U. Echo Gear is the brand. And yeah, 15. There it is. So that's what I used on the floor. And then let me drop that link in the chat. So that's the yeah, that's the one on the floor, but then the one that's up on the desk here, these are little cabinets I built myself. This is just MDF cut to the size and then glued and nailed together. So it's a really simple design. It's just one piece of wood there. A side panel goes down. I left a gap below the table, which is really useful to slide like an iPad under it and stuff and run cables underneath. So I'm glad I did that. But it's just 4 pieces of wood. Still need to tear it all apart and cut out bigger fan holes. I should have made a bigger fan hole. And then I bought little metal rack. You can buy just the rack rail, and I have a 4U, and I just screwed that into the side of the wood. Painted everything white, and it's great. So yeah, those I built myself because I wanted something very, very specific. You could use them as comms between Lily and me. The problem is that they're like the Hollyland ones are like comms, not like in-ear monitors, so they look like giant headphones, which is good for like cruise, but not for if you're on camera. MHD says tried Snap-on ferrite cores, but didn't help, but worked on my walkie-talkies intended to reduce interference. Any budget-friendly way to talk to my videographers without issues? I would say that, yeah, walkie-talkies are the budget-friendly way. Just move it farther away. So like if you can get a headset for your walkie-talkie, something you can usually buy like little earpieces, then you can keep the physical transmitter farther away from the gear because you can run a wire. Or get slightly more expensive walkie-talkies. It looks like, yeah, looking in the chat, Andrew's asking if there are Baofangs. Yes, it is. They are definitely the sloppiest radios. They're cheap for a reason, and they work, but they're sloppy as in they are not super fine-tuned to like only broadcast on the specific frequency that you need, and they kind of spill out sometimes and into other frequencies. So yeah. Captain Media says, I want to get the wing rack from Behringer. It seems to be back ordered until the end of March, everywhere except on AliExpress. Should I definitely wait? I am surprised it's even on AliExpress. I didn't realize that. I've never Bailey, definitely wait. AliExpress could be a rack of wings instead of a wing rack. Excellent point. I'm surprised. Yeah, I don't know what will show up if you buy it on AliExpress. It could be something totally different. I It looks like a really cool mixer. I'm kind of jealous. I definitely don't need to upgrade mine, but I am very curious. What are you doing? It says probably mansplaining here, but every piece of metal picks up radio waves. Whether or not you notice depends on how the equipment is built and the strength of the signal. Absolutely. Um, yeah, everything picks up radio waves. Something just block unwanted radio waves more than others. Solid comms can also be used as in-ears. They have a jack, but they're not the most practical for that. Yeah. So logically thinking I should not buy a second Tail Air, as a Tail 2 will lead to a Tail Air 2. Maybe by NAB. Interesting, possibly. Oh, I don't. What's the price on the Tail 2? OBSBOT Tail 2. Yeah, I thought it was. It's not cheap. $1,000 for the Tail 2, but this is the one with the actual zoom, actual optical zoom in it. And then, oh, they built the. Oh, this is really cool. I guess this is why it's $1,000. It's an actual PTZ camera. It's got like a PoE input. It's got a SDI output, HDMI output, mic in, line in. That's pretty solid. I bet that's going to be a great camera. If you upgrade, I'm in the market for an X32 rack, giving an excuse to fly over. I wish there was a $500 PTZ camera that had 4K and a good zoom. I mean, there is the AVKANS one that I have, which is this one. That's the one I've been showing the rack with. This is not a 4K one, but the zoom is optical zoom. So like I can zoom way in and it's like, okay, finally hit the focus limit. I can zoom way in and it's like good quality zoom, right? How close can I get? What happens if I go over to here? Gets big glare from my light bar. Can you focus on this? Yes. Can you focus on my multi-view? Yes. The doubling is because of the mirror glass. Anyway, that one is very affordable. That's not the 4K version. That one, but they do have a 4K version. Let's see the price. So that one is I'm dropping the link in the chat right now for the one that is there. But they have a handful of different versions of their cameras. They have, I swear they had a 4K one in here. This one, this little one that looks like a Mevo camera is actually on the way to me, so I should have it pretty soon. That one is 4K. Here's the 4K one. Oh, it's $1,300. I thought there was a cheaper one. Looks like not. It looks like that is the bump, the price bump. If you want optical 4K, optical zoom 4K, there is a premium. Interesting that this one's 4K, but I don't think it's optical zoom, so definitely not going to be as good. To be honest, the Baofeng destroys even the wireless HDMI transmitters to local audio mixers that use wireless systems. It's true; those things are messy. Marcus says, is there a beta program for the RØDECaster video? I only see it for the RØDECaster 2. There is a beta program. I don't remember. I think it may not be a public beta. I got added to it. Let me see if it was a private invite. Weird. Why can't I find anything about it in my email? Yeah, okay. It's not a public beta. So yeah, they had to email me specifically inviting me to the beta. So not public beta right now. I don't know if they plan on making it public or not. Drop an affiliate link for the Tail 2. I may get one. B&H. I can do that. I just had that page up. Where was it? Oh, it's not. It's pre-order right now. Okay. Here is the OBSBOT Tail 2 at B&H. Have I tested the AVKANS Neolive R2 Plus? Is it rebranded? Do they have a rebranded version of that? Oh, that's funny. Where is it? Oh, yeah, they do. Yeah, I have tested the non-AVKANS version of this. This looks exactly the same. Sprolink is the one that I tested. I think they're the manufacturer of it. But yeah, I think, oh gosh, now I'm questioning how many videos I've actually published. I thought I had a video about it though, so you can go. Maybe it's just a live. I think it might be a live. Yeah, there it is. Okay, I'll drop that link in the chat. And then you can take a look at me playing around with it live that way. Why don't I get my preview out of the ATEM Mini Pro? It was working with my Dell 27-inch, but doesn't work and says out of range or doesn't even detect. Oh yeah, this is another classic problem with some monitors. There's some monitors, and Dell in particular is a culprit here, which do not support 30 frames per second video sources. They only accept 60. So the problem is the monitor only accepting a 60 hertz signal, and with the way that the ATEM Mini works is when you set your video bitrate or frame rate in the ATEM, that affects the entire system. This is not true with every switcher, but this is true with the ATEM. So it's true with the larger ATEM too. Oh wait, no, I lied. The larger ATEM has a separate setting. So the switcher standard is at the 1080-30. In my Constellation, I can set the multi-view video standard to a different resolution. Looks like I only get the option of 1080 I60 is that, but that's I think that's not true with the ATEM Minis. Let's connect to mine and find out. SDI is a bad example actually. Let's go to the HDMI version, and yeah, this one only has the switcher video option. So if I set this to 30 and then plug it into a monitor that only supports 60 hertz, it's not going to work, and you have to use a frame rate converter to get it to work. And if you run your ATEM in 60, then it'll work with that monitor, but you may not want to do that. So yeah, it totally depends on the monitor, about what the monitor supports as an input frame rate, and some monitors don't support 30, which I have made that mistake once. I bought a monitor that, because it was cheap, it was a 27-inch Dell and it was cheap, and that is why that one. So that was the big monitor I have to the side for a while, and I had to use a decimator to get it to work with my ATEM, which is super silly. And then I ended up just giving it to somebody. So that is the reason it was cheap. Oh, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for your videos on RTMP and SRT. Is it possible to stream video from an iPhone app via SRT to the ATEM streaming bridge? If so, what codec bitrate and settings should I use? Great question. The streaming bridge is not advertised. I'm trying to phrase this carefully. The streaming bridge is not advertised as a generic RTMP or SRT receiver. What I mean by that is it is specifically only supports receiving data, receiving streams from the ATEM Mini or the web presenter, or I guess the ATEM TV Studio also. It technically, there isn't like much of an actual reason that that's limited, other than they built in that limitation intentionally. So someone was able to like recompile OBS to stream to it, but yeah, it's definitely not advertised as a generic receiver. So I haven't found an iPhone app that can like send the fake identifying string to the ATEM, the streaming bridge, to make it work, but it's possible somebody could build one. But I would not, unless they've like specifically made it and done that workaround for the streaming bridge itself, it's not going to, no settings are going to make it work. So hopefully, I still think they should have opened it up to just allow anything, but that's not the case at the moment anyway. Patrick says, same thing was happening with the OC Go Stream when it first came out, defaulted to 30. Now I don't remember if do they have a separate multi-view out frame rate setting? I kind of feel like they do. Oh, this is cool. If a mod holds option over a comment on YouTube, it shows the mod controls now. Oh yeah, look at that. Neat. That's clever. Have you tried to use surveillance cameras as PTZ cameras? Some have good zoom and the price is less than 500 euros. What's the biggest problem with those? I actually don't have any PTZ cameras that are, any PTZ surveillance cameras. It's interesting. All mine are fixed. I would say the biggest problem is there's like mirrorless cameras with interchangeable lenses, and like those are fantastic quality. Then there's PTZ cameras, which for whatever reason, tend to use cheaper sensors and cheaper optics. Even the ones that I feel like are expensive still end up using cheaper electronics. So the picture quality just isn't as good. So if you end up spending like the $6,000, you get the good optics and good sensor, and that's like the Canon PTZs. But if you're in the 500 to 1500 range of PTZ camera, they're like not as good quality. And that's the same with this AVKANS, which is like $300. And if you look at like this quality is fine, but it's definitely nothing compared to the BGH1 cameras that I have. And then if you take it down another notch, that's like the security camera tier. And I feel like they just like don't need it to be as good quality, so they don't use nearly as expensive sensors or lenses. Oh yeah, this is a good point too. A lot of the PTZ CCTV cameras don't even support 30 frames a second. Oh, and the controls can also be not smooth because they're not meant for filming. Neil says you can use third-party encoders with the ATEM streaming bridge without workarounds now. Did I miss that in an update? That's interesting. Any budget-friendly HDMI cables to reduce interference and to get the best out of the cables. I would look for ones that are like thick. Thicker usually means more shielding. But I think as far as your radio problem goes, you're going to be better off moving the radio farther away physically from the ATEM. Like seriously, a foot of difference can make a huge difference in the interference. So even if you can just find out a way to get it 1 foot farther away, that might be the thing that makes it work. The Aaron thinking button is a good way to show the latency between your studio and when we see it live. I push it and about 3 seconds later it popped up. So, okay, so if you saw the little spinner happen, I made a fake Stream Deck page that channel members can access. And it is, the way it works is if you are a channel member and you've joined the Discord for members, then you can go to this page that is a fake Stream Deck page. It looks like this. I only have one button right now. There's one button, which is the spinner. And once you log in and it knows, and you've linked your YouTube to your Discord and all that, so it knows you're a channel member, then you can push it, and then the spinner appears on top of the stream for a few seconds. And so any channel members are free to use the little spinner if I pause because I'm thinking about something for too long. But now we know that there's about 3 seconds of difference between when you push it and when you'll see it because of the YouTube stream delay. Matt says, I had sold with company a Sony FR7 Cinema PTZ, basically an FX6 and a PTZ body, but it was almost 10K. Yeah, exactly. Why do I hear a loud truck outside? It's like rumbling. Gwen says, according to the GoStream Deck FAQ, the output FPS cannot be different than the streaming FPS. Okay, great. That's why the beach ball appears, yes. How many years away are we from having zero latency cameras that can be used with live streaming software and short, no cables? I mean, how would what would that take? I guess it's theoretically possible because audio over radio is zero latency, like RF, like walkie-talkies and stuff, right? So it's just a matter of I think it would take significantly different video codecs than we currently have in order to do that, because if you are taking a stream of pixels and trying to turn it into a pipeline and then decode at the other end, like there's always going to be some inherent latency in that. The best you can do is, well, there are some very, very low latency wireless video transmission systems. They're just extremely expensive, but they're not zero, but they're like essentially the lowest you can go, because they're just like sending out the stream of video data. So if you want, the problem is the codec. So if you're using H.264, for example, then there's like a frame of video, and then there's the codec is not like frame by frame. So there's, even just in the codec, there's inherent latency of, you don't know what, based on the information you receive right now, you have to have already buffered data from several frames before in order to decode this frame. So that's like inherent to most video codecs, especially ones that are compressed. So the only way to get zero latency is to not compress it, so that you don't have this inherent latency built up. And this is essentially the difference between like, this is like why SDI is basically zero latency, because it's almost an uncompressed video stream, right? So If you measure the latency, it is sub-frame latency, as in the receiver can be drawing a pixel in the same frame, 30 frames per second, as it is still receiving data for that frame, which is not true with any video codecs. So with H.264 or H.265 or any of those, you cannot draw the pixel for the frame that is currently being sent. It's because it's based on other frames of data. So if you can send a uncompressed video stream wirelessly, you could make it the same latency as SDI, which is effectively none. It's just going to require an immense amount of bandwidth to do that transmission wirelessly. So, and iEdit Projects is coming in with a product that can do it. Teradek Bolt 6, 12G SDI, $14,000. That sounds about right. Teradek Bolt. They even market it as zero delay. It's at best you can do is matching the SDI delay because it is SDI input, but it's effectively zero. Now I'm really curious how they can also encrypt it. I guess that makes sense. Yeah, you can do encryption that's also serialized. Yeah. So how much money do you want to spend? So could there be a camera that has this? Absolutely. If you put that transmitter into a camera and just called it a camera, then yes. How many years away are we from that? Basically, that technology would need to get down to the couple $100 price point so that camera manufacturers would put it into the camera without significantly increasing the cost of the camera. And then somehow also would have to be standardized so that it wasn't just one company's transmitter receiver licensed by every camera company, the same way that like SDI is not proprietary. It's, anybody can use the physical connectors and put them in products. Interestingly, HDMI is not exactly that way because you do have to pay a license for HDMI ports on hardware, but yeah, the years, many. I would think probably, I would not expect it anywhere within the next 5 years. We'll say that. Looking at now, since I've been doing streams for 5 years, apparently, which is terrifying. If I think back to the products that were coming out 5 years ago, then I feel like they're not that much different than where we are right now. There's definitely a lot of improvements, but like no fundamental changes like that. Andre says, that's one of the best explanations I've heard for a while. Well, thank you. That was totally on the fly, off the cuff. Is there a Discord notification sound on the stream? Yes, my computer sound is piped into the stream. I should probably turn that off, or at least way down, because I don't really need it on the stream. Oh, Bowls promo is messaging me. That's what all the chirping was about. Let me send that coupon code now because part of the fun of this is first come, first served. First winners get first choices of the products. Great. So yeah, if you are a channel member, hopefully you've already been in the Discord, which looks like this. And there's a bunch of channels that you can talk about all sorts of stuff in here. But I made this giveaways channel, which is available to anybody. If you just click on the Discord join link, which is in the video description, you can join that and join the welcome and giveaways channel if you are a winner. Okay. Where was the? Oh my gosh, so much chat about low latency video. Just go super low res, no problem. Yeah, it's true. You didn't say had to be HD or 4K. Yeah. Michael says FPGA chips are really expensive at the low volume Teradek and others too. Oh, that's a really interesting point. Yeah. CJB has a good question. A friend of mine recommended getting the Sony a6000 as a good starter camera for both video and taking pictures. What are your thoughts? I think that I thought the Sony a6000 was pretty old at this point. What's the deal with that? The a6000. So I have the a6400, which I thought was significantly newer, that it's worth getting over the 6000. I never had the 6000 though, so I'm not 100% sure the differences. The other one that I think is a good starter, a good camera, is the ZVE10, which is the same sensor as the a6400, and there's just a couple other features of the camera that makes it like nice for like the way the lens, the screen flips out and stuff. ZVE10 is a good option. That's the camera that the Bike Portland channel, I just helped him set up a studio in his shed, and he got 3 of the ZVE10s. Has been really happy with them. And so I think that's another good option. It's not terribly new anymore, but it's still a good camera. And then, of course, the biggest difference you're going to see in any of these cameras is the lenses. So you can upgrade the lens and get a big difference in the pictures you're going to get versus the camera body making a difference. Google says A6000 was released for 2014. Wow, over 10 years ago. ZVE10 is probably now more discounted since the Mark II came out. Oh, I haven't even looked at the Mark II. What's the... I don't remember the difference in the Mark II, actually. What is... Oh, they did add a new sensor. They did change the sensor in the Mark II. Okay. Oh, and 10-bit video. Okay. You don't need 10-bit video for a starter camera. And bigger battery. Okay. So there's significant differences. So you can probably find a good deal on the ZVE10 then. John says, for live stage work, our brains can hear audio lag a lot. Usually we can see video lag. Absolutely. And even like if there's, 200 milliseconds of video lag, you might be a little bit annoyed about the lip sync that doesn't match, but it's still totally watchable. Whereas like audio lagging 200 milliseconds is horrendous. So yeah, it's way less tolerant of audio delays. Okay, we gotta pick another winner. Let me load this up. Load up the wheel. If you have said anything in the chat today, oops, there we go. If you have said anything in the chat today, then your name is in this list. Oops, that way. I keep doing that. And I need to just remember that it's over by the TV. Okay. If you have said anything in the chat today, your name is on the wheel, and we're going to spin this wheel in a second to pick a winner. And if you have won, and like Bowls Promo TV have won, then join the Discord. I'll send you a coupon code, and you can use the coupon code for any of the products listed on the giveaway category on my shop, of which I just dropped the link. Sorry, I don't have the pictures of them, but you can Google them if you want pictures, or scroll back to the beginning of the stream where I showed you everything. So that is how the giveaway works. And oh, we've got Discord yelling at me that there's unusual join activity in the Discord. Now that's supposed to happen because I put the join link in the video. Oh, and now they're okay. No, everybody's fine. Everybody's fine. Mark as resolved. Increased activity from normal members. No action needed. Mark as resolved. Great. Okay. I will take this join link out of the video description after this video is over. Okay, here we go. Spinning the wheel. And Emmanuel, if you are in the US, well, join the Discord first of all. And congrats. And if you are in the US, I will send you a coupon code for the shop. And if you're not in the US, then I will later send you a coupon code for anything of the digital stuff. Congratulations. Eric almost won again. The building sheriff says, I think the A6000 still stands up today as a beginner's camera under $300. I didn't realize you could find it that cheap. That is compelling. If you can get one for under $300, that is a pretty good deal. Depends on how much future proofing you want to do, I think. Oh yeah, this is a great point. With older cameras, watch out for video record limits and clean HDMI out. This tends to not be a problem with the newer ones, but yeah, a lot of the older cameras had 30-minute record limits or don't have a way to do clean HDMI out. I think the Sony ones, A6000 and up, have always been fine for that, but I'm not 100% on that actually. Theoretically, you can use multiple Sony ZV-E10s and connect them solely via USB-C to your computer for live streaming. The webcam function has 4K 30. Ecamm streams in 4K. I think the emphasis there is on theoretically. I think you will very quickly find that the computer cannot handle multiple 4K 30 webcams coming in over USB. But yes, theoretically. You're going to need a beefy computer with lots of physical USB ports, not hanging everything off of a USB hub. All right. We're going to do another wheel. Reload. Load up the wheel. And spin. Who is it going to be this time? eStudio. Congratulations. Join the Discord and message me to get the coupon code. I think a Mac Studio can handle it, probably. Mark Bennett does 3 Sony cams via USB 4K live streams. Okay, I'm very curious what computer he uses. A6000 does have clean video. Great. Okay, good for confirming on that. Yeah. I mean, those are solid cameras. I still the A6400 that I have used to be my overhead camera, and I moved it over to Lily's studio when I made all these cameras the same. But she still uses it, and it's on 100% of the time. We just leave it on, powered on. It's been on for years at this point, and it's fine. It's good. People got spoiled using MacBooks and Mac Mini. Yeah. Okay, how many winners do I need to pick? That's actually a great question. I need to pick 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No, 10. Oh, good. We've got a couple coming in already. 10 winners. Okay. Manuel says, I'm not living in the U.S. at this time, but my family is still there. Can I have you shipped to a U.S. address? Totally. As long as I can ship to a U.S. address, that's all that matters to me. So yeah, feel free to put in your family's U.S. address when you place the order. No problem. I need to allocate this coupon code to you. Make sure that you join the Discord though, so that I can send you this coupon code. Because if I put it in the chat, then everybody can use it. Actually, I might do that. You know what? Just for fun, this is gonna be chaos. I'm gonna put and there's a lot of wheel spins left. I'm gonna put one coupon code in the chat right now, and the first person to use it gets it. So it's your lucky day if you get it. So can I make I might be able to make a link actually with the coupon in it. Get a shareable link, collection page. Aha, yes, I can. Great. This link will apply the coupon code directly. So even better. This is some Temu level store gamification. You need a slot machine graphic. Yeah. Okay. This one is going in the chat now. And you click it, and this coupon is only good for one purchase. So whoever finishes the checkout first will get it. And make sure that is in fact true. Yes, great. Okay. So it's only good for anything in the giveaways category. There we go. This is beginning to look like Wheel of Fortune on steroids. It's like a money grab show. I always think of Kevin, the Basic Filmmaker's live stream after his channel got unhacked when we do giveaways. That was chaos. That whole stream. It was the funniest thing in the world when he had like 8 live streaming, like YouTube streamers on his channel. We were all in a StreamYard call, and Michael says I'm on mobile, so I probably don't stand a chance. You'd be surprised how well the Shopify checkout experience is optimized for mobile. So go. We were all in a StreamYard call, which and StreamYard is like easiest way for doing remote guest live streams. And it's like everybody just clicks on a link, joins the webcam, you're in a thing, and then like the host gets control over who to put into the stream. So he started, with just a shot of him, and then you have like all the people, all your guests appear on like a little thing strip on the bottom, and you can click them, and then it just adds them into the stream. Their audio turns on. It does an auto layout. So like the more you add, the layout changes to a 4-up and then a 5, and like it's great. It's like it's very easy to just hand somebody StreamYard with no experience, and they will manage a live stream with remote guests. It's great. So anyway, so he's like got us all in this. We're all like in the green room, and we know we're not on stream yet. And he's going and introducing everybody one by one, saying, and now here's Tom Buck, here's Aaron Barecki, and like clicking us to make us join. The problem was that he did not actually stream. He was not actually streaming from StreamYard. He was streaming from OBS on his computer. So the YouTube audience did not see any of the remote guests because it was just his camera full screen the whole time. And here he is introducing guests that he thinks are coming on stream, and they are not. And it just looks like he's talking to himself, and it's chaos. It once we realized what happened, I started talking him through how to fix it and like switch over live without losing the YouTube stream, and it was amazing. It's like watching someone who's not a pilot be told what steps to take to land a Boeing 747. Yeah, poor Kevin, but that was actual live stream gold. It was chaos. Okay. Just wait until he gave somebody else the control of who was live. I need to go rewatch that stream. That was just too funny. Okay, has anybody used that coupon code? No. How? How is that possible? Did I do something wrong? It's the one that ends in 27. Is it just showing me? Okay, there we go. Now I see it. Now I see somebody used it. Tried it, and then it went to full price. That means probably somebody else used it. Okay. That one has been used, which means we need to spin and find a lot more winners. So here we go again. Reload that. If you have said anything in the chat, it said the coupon reaches limit. Okay, somebody has now used it. It's been claimed. So we're going to pick a few more winners, and then I might do another free-for-all. Here we go. Joel, congratulations. Make sure you join the Discord to get the link, the coupon. And let me mark this one for you. Fantastic. Okay, time to make a few more coupon codes. Ah, what did I do? Make a few more because we got to still get like 10 people. Copy again. I'm going to make another free-for-all one. It's kind of fun. Okay, here is another free-for-all. And this will go into the chat, and then I'm going to answer some questions. First come, first served. Grab the hard shell case. Oh, great. Thanks for taking that off my hands. The compression artifacts when you spin the wheel are wild. Yeah. Video compression is definitely handles not moving scenes much better. What is your opinion on the Comica VM40? What is that? Do I know what that is? Oh, that's their new wireless shotgun mic. I have not actually played with this yet. I haven't seen it. It looks super interesting. Dual channel shotgun mic. You know, this actually is perfect for someone who I was just no, they do need a lav. Okay. It looks nice. I haven't tried it. 32-bit float recording on board. That's good. Yeah, interesting. Oh, I saw. Speaking of, I saw a comment about. Where did it go? Not from that old. When we were talking about mixers. Oh yeah, this is a great wish list for this year. Hope we get 32-bit audio mixers this year. How do I say your channel name? GAIPS. I need to go look that up. That would be super cool. That would be super cool. Gerald Undone does this by telling everyone to pick a number between 1 and 1,000, and everybody posts a number, and then you post your number in the chat, and then the random number is the winner. How do... Oh, you can't complete the purchase. If you're in Australia, yeah, it's not... Sorry. If you're not in the US, then just shipping these physical things is just not practical for customs and cost reasons. So I will, after the stream is over, I will message you a discount code for the digital products on my store. Zoom L6 is a 32-bit float mixer. Zoom L6. Let's see what this one is. 10-track mixer. This is 32-bit? Interesting. Oh, and a recorder. I haven't seen this one yet. This looks pretty nice. Can be used as a 32-bit float USB audio interface. Oh, that's cool. Okay. That's a cute little mixer. Love to see 32-bit float in cameras. Oh yeah, that'd be a good one too, for sure. Photo Joseph's latest video on instant replay with Resolve was excellent. I watched it. Good video. I do think it's a little bit complicated to set up still. Definitely watch his video if you are curious about it. I also, I know you can do replay without the replay controller. I just think it's not really worth it without the controller. So now that it's shipping, I'm going to try to get one. I might try to borrow Michael's and then do a video. Aaron says there are major issues with the Resolve replay system that affects entry-level and professional use cases. His demonstration made it seem like the product is currently in a usable state, but it's not. That's kind of why I didn't make a video about it. You've made a 2-hour video on the subject and haven't covered everything. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I will watch your video when you finish it. That was my experience with it as well, which is why I haven't done a video about it yet. I feel like I see where they're going with it, and it's all the right pieces are there, but it is complicated. Michael says less complicated, more unintuitive. Definitely unintuitive. There's just a lot of moving parts to it. Cool. I will take you up on this. We'll chat on Discord later. I need to figure out when to do it, but yeah. What's your recommendation for mobile hotspots? Is Nighthawk M6 Pro worth the price, or is the base M6 just fine? You know, I've never actually bought a Nighthawk before. I'm curious if anybody has experience in the chat here about the Nighthawks, because I've still not actually used one. I have mostly just used these little things. There's several variations of the GL iNet. This one does not have a SIM card slot, but some of them have SIM cards. Some of them can plug in USB modems, and these are the ones I've used, and they're definitely not the same as like a bonding router, but that's what I've used. When will Google give us an edit button for us that can't type? John says it's so illustrative of how Blackmagic manages to sabotage themselves by refusing to make things that just work. I don't know. I feel like it's yeah, a lot of moving parts and not too much guidance from Blackmagic. That is. They'll probably eventually have good trainings for it because they do have free Resolve trainings, which you can sign up for. They run them in series like every now and then, so you can go sign up for their, and it's free, which is nice. But the we will I definitely need a proper videos and trainings from Blackmagic or at least other YouTubers. No rush as Curtis has taken the day off. Oh yeah, he's not streaming today, which he would have started in 5 minutes. Michael says, I will say raw performance of the modems on the Nighthawk are night and day better than the GL iNets, but the GL iNets are more flexible. That makes sense. YouTube idea, a complete choice of all action replay options out there of any switcher devices, like a summary of the pros and cons. I can give you a quick version of this, which is there's a Roland device that does single channel replay. It's what is that? It's P20 HD, $1,500 instant video replayer, and it is a single channel. So you, I'm looking at the. Okay, wait, it does have two. Maybe it's 2 channel. Anyway, it's not gonna do your like 8 video feeds from your ATEM, right? So there's this. It's a controller recorder, like it is like an all-in-one box for replay. And you would have to route that back into your video switcher. $1,500. Okay. There's the YoloBox, which has replay built in. There's some limits around it, around how many different video sources you can enable for replay. But that means you have to run your entire stream in a YoloBox. It doesn't really integrate with other things. The Roland one, you can just like use it with any streaming encoder. Then there's the Resolve way, which is not really tied to an ATEM switcher. You can use it with the ATEM Mini, but you can also do it with HyperDex, which means you could then do it with any switcher. And then that is just, it's a lot of pieces to put together to make it work. Storage, network, recorders, all that. And then, yeah, software. So vMix has instant replay in it if you're okay with running your stream in vMix, which, yeah. So that's kind of the landscape right now. And I guess it makes sense that Blackmagic works the way that it does because Blackmagic tends to be more like building block based. Like they have small chunks that you put together to build a studio versus vMix or YoloBox is the all-in-one solution, where your whole stream is running in that, and then it has the replay feature built in, which makes it just a lot simpler. But then as long as you're okay with running your stream in that, then that's how it works. Will 2025 be the year of the Chaos Router build? That is a good question. It really should be. It really should be. It's getting to that point. Okay. We need. Oh yeah, Director Mini also does replay. Same idea as the YoloBox though, where it is the thing that is doing the full stream. It's not a component that you can plug in really. I guess you maybe could treat it as a component, and I would say the Director Mini would be better for that than the YoloBox, just because the HDMI outputs. But I guess you could do it with vMix also. That's true. Yeah, because you can choose what you're outputting. Okay, but fair, yeah. Is 2025 the year of moving into the triplex? It better be. It better be. If not, we have serious problems. Do you have any inventory management tools or tips? You know, I'm really bad at this, ironically. But there is a software that I installed on a server. What is this called? That I've tried to use and have really not done a very good job. But it is definitely featureful, almost too featureful. It's called it's called Snipe IT or Snipe It. I don't know, but it's like it is open source, but you can also just like buy it from them. Um, kind of expensive, $400 a year. I guess it's not too bad. But if you install on your own server, it's free. So let's see. Is there a demo? Whoa, wow, fireworks. Okay. So like it's for licenses, consumables, components, kits. You can do like checkout gear and stuff, which is a lot more than I need. I just wanted a list of like, I have this monitor. It is this model and has this serial number, which it can do, but it can do a lot more than that. But this is like, you can see how much flexibility you have and how many things this can do. So here's like, keep track of all the different, you know, where it is. You can, yeah, there's tons of features in this. It is, I just use Airtable. It's free. That's another option for sure. Emmanuel, I already have a Discord account logged in, but can't send you messages. I'm asked to claim the account, but when I enter my email, it says my email is already registered. What does that mean? Say something in the main giveaways channel here, and then maybe I can message you if you can do that. For inventory management, we use HomeBox at our local makerspace. It's very simple and free. Okay, that one, maybe that sounds, maybe I'll have to take a look at that. Because this asset management thing is definitely like almost has too many features for what I need. HomeBox demo. Oops. Demo's dead. Oh, it's written in Go. Okay, so that's probably easy to install. It's in beta. Oh, funny they mentioned that exact one. Easy to be overwhelmed and confused is how I feel about it, for sure. Well, maybe I'll give this a shot, install it, and see how it goes. Oh yeah, I saw this in PhotoJust's video. There's a timecode drift issue with the ATEM Extreme SDI Extreme ISO that causes Resolve Replay to crash. Woof. That's no good. But I think it's. I'm sure they're. I know they're working on it already. Okay, we got to get some more winners. Did somebody use the free for all? Yes, excellent. Nils has used Snipe IT and liked it very much. That's good. I really just need to get more diligent about actually filling out the details of my gear in there. MHE Studio says, I'm curious about the retro monitor behind you. So it's a little LCD panel that I put inside the Mac. Somebody gave me a Mac that had no guts in it, just a shell, and I got this little LCD monitor. Got one that was almost exactly the right size. You can see there's a little bit of letterboxing I had to do with some construction paper, and so to get it to be black and white, there's a Blackmagic bidirectional converter inside there, or not, maybe now I can't remember which one has the LUTs on it. One of the bidirectional, one of the SDI or HDMI converters has the ability to load LUTs onto it. So I created a LUT that turns it into almost black and white with a slight blue tint. and that's running on the SDI to HDMI converter that's sitting inside that case. So that is the deal with it. Oops, Homebox is archived in June. Aw, bummer. Well, oh well. I keep trying to filter by giveaway, but it keeps reverting to all products. You should be able to just click on the link. I'll just drop the link in again and then browse that way. Okay, we're going to spin again. All right. Congratulations to Nolaris Solutions. Join the Discord and I will message you. Say something in the chat and then I'll message you the code. Mike says, I'm sorry, I'm late. How do we join? There's a link in the description. Yeah, hard to find an LED panel that's 4x3. Also, I don't know what a 4x3 panel would do with a 16:9 input signal because I'm sending it as a signal from the switcher. Bailey says, I'm going to head out and get some sleep before work today. 10 to midnight shift. Wish me luck. Good luck to any giveaway winners. Good to see you, Bailey. Thanks for all the help with the chat moderation. Trevor says, do you know much about YouTube brand accounts? I don't, actually. Yeah, my YouTube... Well, no. I know a little bit about them. What is your question? Because some of the YouTube accounts I manage are brand accounts. But let me know what your question is. Cool. What is... Okay, we're gonna do another spin because we got more things we need to get rid of. How are we doing on orders? Okay, okay, there we go. Trying to find the... Did I already send... Yes, I did. Great. Question. The brand account seems to be the only way to transfer a channel to a new owner. Is that correct? Yes. If you don't have a brand account, you have a account that is tied to your Google account, and you can't change the owner of the channel that's on your Google account. So if I... Or let's see. My channel is just my regular, like... That's a bad example. I think Lily's channel might be a good example. No, but you can turn... No, you can move your your original channel. You can move it to manage permissions through a brand account. So I think you might be able to actually Um, it is very confusing, and it has changed over time too. Um, so, and I don't have the other account that I can test this with either. I'm trying to find a good example. Because I have a bunch that are created as brand accounts originally, but there's a difference if it's... So you can... If it's not a brand account... No, so you don't have to give someone access to your Google account to get into... to manage the content. But the... I'm trying to remember if you can change the owner. The actual... I think you can. No, I think I did that. I did at one point do this. So it is possible. Okay. So the question is, a church channel created a personal account, need to change the owner. So I did this for our work account, actually. The original channel was created by somebody who went and set up a new Gmail account for the channel, made a YouTube channel for that Gmail account, and then I came in later and I was like, this is not how you should be doing this. Don't give everybody access to this Google account. You can add channel managers. And then eventually we went and switched over entirely to like moving that channel to be owned by like a managed Google workspace account through the Okta account. So what you have to do is first you have to change the permissions of the channel to be managed as a brand account. So if you're in the settings for the channel, and normally in here you would see like stuff for managing the permissions here, which actually I think on my channel, that's how I still have it because I don't have it managed as a brand account. So if I go to mine, yeah, so here it's right here, right? So if I invite somebody, this won't work. So because all I can do is give them manager access. So instead, you have to change it to be managed as a brand account, which is what Lily did. And if you look at hers, it says manage permissions over here, and that gets you over to this page. And this is where she's listed as the owner. I'm a manager, but and I'm not a owner, so I don't have the ability to change the managers. Let me see if there's a channel that I do have that access on. Probably this one. So then... right, or move permissions. Okay, no. Brand account, manage permissions. It makes you re-auth, usually. Yeah, so here I can add owners, and I can even change the primary owner. So if I change the primary owner, then they take over effectively. And then you can unlink it from the personal account eventually. So that's how you can do it. It is complicated. First, create a brand account, move your personal account to the brand account, and then you can change the owner of the brand account. I think it used to be so that after you first make it a manager of your account, and then after 1 month, you can make it the owner. Oh, is there a delay in there too? Oh my God, okay. It's Google. By definition, it'll be confusing. Thanks for the explanation about the retro monitor. Is that Apple sticker to hide the cables behind? It's not even a sticker. It's this 3D printed Apple logo that I got from Etsy. It's actually, it's like a chunk. It's very cool. But yes, it is because there's a stack of cables and converters over there that I haven't dealt with properly tidying up. But at this point, I probably should, because I think those things might just live there now. Okay, we gotta pick some more winners. I'm gonna drop another free for all in the chat also. Let's see. I think this one is still up for grabs. Yeah. Okay. And get a link. First come, first served. And that's going in the chat now. Is that how you can videos? You cannot move videos between channels. That's not possible. It's been a very much requested feature for a long time. But no, you cannot move videos. I think YouTube has the ability to do it themselves, but it's not something they let anybody really do. Oh, great. We just got a purchase with, I think it was that one. No, it was somebody else. Ryan, you're on top of it. Okay. We need to let somebody other than Ryan get some stuff. So let's spin the wheel again. The way to get on this wheel is just to say anything in the chat today. If you've said anything in the chat during this stream, your name is in this list. And hopefully somebody in the US, Musty, I don't know if you are in the US. If you are, then congratulations, join the Discord, and I'll give you this coupon code right now. If you're not in the US, then later, still join the Discord, and then later I will give you a code for some of the digital products. And it looks like I need to make more codes. That's for great. Okay. We'll bow out. Okay, let's make another free for all link that Ryan is not allowed to use. This is for anybody except I can make coupons for specific customers if you're already a customer on the store, but I can't make a code that excludes a specific customer. Feature request for Shopify. Okay, there's another giveaway. Great. Now let's see what else we can chat about while we wait for some orders to come in. Oh, I totally missed this one from earlier. What drone do you recommend for live streaming to a YoloBox Ultra? Great question. I don't think there's anything special about the YoloBox Ultra regarding this. The main, I've only ever tried this with DJI drones, but the main thing you need is to get the, so a lot of, you can find controllers that have HDMI out to get the wireless video in wirelessly. And that's what I've done with the DJI RC Pro, which is unfortunately the most expensive controller. But if you get the DJI RC Pro, this is the one that has the HDMI out on the controller, which gives you the clean video feed from the drone. So that just plugs into the YoloBox or whatever streaming thing you're using over HDMI, like any other camera. So that is that's how I've done it. I wish that their cheaper controller had that, but because this is also like huge. I'm actually not a huge fan of the size of this controller. It's just really big compared to the RC or even the RC2. But that is how you have to do it. Found a bug on your giveaway. What is the bug? Are there any good voice changing devices? A lot of like the RØDECaster, actually the RØDECaster Duo has it, and even this Comica does, which I hope somebody already. Oh, I got so many boxes to ship. This is exciting. Someone needs to order the vMix mouse pads. This one has some voice changing features in it, actually. But you can often find this kind of thing that has voice changing features. If you already have something in the cart when you click the giveaway. Oh, interesting. Is that a problem with the coupon code? Let's see. Oh, good. We're getting close. It applies the code to all the products in your cart. I could have ordered lots of things, but I'm in Canada. You know what? I may not have actually. I wonder if the bug is actually that it is not limited to one product. That could be what it is. So it only applies to things in the giveaway product. Interesting. There's no way for me to limit it to one product. It's limited to one order. I didn't really realize that. It is limited to products in the giveaway category. There's no minimum, because most of the time you're doing coupons for like 10% off your order over $100 or whatever, right? Or 20% off if you buy two things. So they have settings for that, where like minimum purchase amount, minimum quantity. I can limit it to specific customers. I can limit it the number of times the coupon code can be used in total and per customer, but I cannot limit it to number of products. So there you go. If you get if you get one of the coupons, then you can buy as many things in the giveaway category as you want. Fine with me. It's fine with me. Eric could have grabbed everything. You even skipped having to take the time to choose the product if it's already in your cart. Yeah, I mean it's not meant for giveaways. It's meant for it's Shopify's discount codes, which is meant for optimizing for conversions, right? Yeah, Rode Streamer X has voice changing also. It's a good option. Oh well. I mean, my goal is to get all these things sent out in boxes today. So, speaking of, how are we doing on inventory? We have sold out. Okay, someone's got to take the mouse pads. And we still have the little SD card case. Where did it go? This little thing. And we still have the vMix mouse pads, which I think the shipping on those is really cheap because I can put it in a regular envelope. And we still have this little projector that is mostly a toy. 2 hours. Yeah. Oh, wow. We've been going for a while. You can tell we've been streaming for a while because I finished the whole drink. Winston says, hope this helps. I installed Full Page OS on a Pi 5, connected to my ATEM, installed your chat overlay as the home page, then use VNC on my iPad to mirror the Pi and control comments. Oh, that's a smart idea. So VNC on the iPad to mirror the Pi. So I actually have a tip that you might like even more. I don't have. I really need to optimize this, but here's the trick. If you are, let's see, let me make sure I have the extension installed. I do. Okay. So if I'm in my stream and if I do pop out chat, so this is a live chat for the stream, right? And she's on a roll. If you click on this get overlay URL, this gives you a link that you can put into the Raspberry Pi as the for the homepage. This is also what I would do in OBS, where if I go make a new browser, test chat, I can put in that URL. Okay, so then this is in OBS, and then if I click on a message, it'll pop up in OBS. Right. So, okay. So the trick is this little thing after the hash sign is like the code to link it up to a to link up this YouTube window to OBS. So instead of OBS, if you put that link on a Pi, on the Raspberry Pi, then whenever you're in the YouTube pop-out chat with the same thing after the fragment, it'll control what's in that Pi. So basically, take this, put it in your Raspberry Pi, and remember this part. And then anytime you're on a YouTube pop-out chat, like if I close this and do this again, normally it would, like if I click this, it'll make a different one, right? So instead, you need to actually put this into a regular browser, not the pop-up browser. So if you instead replace that with the one from before and reload it, then you'll control the same window. So you can use it as like a persistent ID for that. So you can always replace that with, I think that was actually a different one that I used before. No, that was the right one. So that this is like hard coded in your Raspberry Pi, so it's always available to you. And then you just replace the link in your browser to link it up to that same Pi, and then you can you don't even need to VNC that way. You just load up this web page on an iPad or on your computer, and you'll just control whatever's in the Pi. So that the long explanation. Hopefully you understood that, but that is I need to like figure out how I can optimize that to make it actually easier to figure out. But you can, it works. Mind blown. Thank you. Great. Okay, so hopefully that did make sense. This is like the 2021 Sunday marathons from the olden times, 4 years ago. Oh, God. It looks like the TV shopping channels. Oh my gosh. Bailey could take over the channel at key times. It could run 24 hours a day. Okay. We've got a few more things that I need to get rid of. Hopefully. Oh, great. We've got Emmanuel in the Discord. Let me send you that coupon. Oh, shoot. Which one is that? I need to look. I put comments on them. But I have to click through them all to find them. And that one. Nope. What about that one? There we go. And there you go. Sent you a DM. Does the cat cam still work? I mean, it's my Unify camera, so yes, but now Lily's home, so I'm not going to put her on the stream. That would be rude. Okay. We talked about YouTube brand accounts. And great, we got another order for Comica mic. Excellent. Oh, question from chat. Are the Magewell SDI encoders and the Control Hub software any good? You know, I've actually weirdly never used the control software, but I do use the SDI encoders a fair bit. I have several of them that I have purchased over the years. And yeah, I would say yes, they are solid. They are like they're rock solid. They do exactly what they say they will do. They do it well. There's not a lot of, not too many settings. Let me just say it that way. Some of the other encoders often have too many settings, and somebody suspicious at the front door. But yeah, the Magewell, let's see, I have one here I can pull up the web interface for. Let me just make sure nobody's trying to sneak into the house. First. Weird, somebody rode their bike up to the front door. Doesn't look super suspicious. People are just very curious about the construction, I guess. It's fair. I don't think they realize somebody lives here and that I am watching them all the time. Okay, so if I log into the ProConvert web interface, this is the NDI to SDI decoder. So this is showing no signal because it's not tuned into anything, but here's where you could choose the source. You can add SRT streams, you can pull in streams over the network. This is the NDI camera that's down here, the PTZ camera, pull in other Pro converts, and then you just click on it and it'll push that out the SDI port. I think this is actually upstairs right now because this is how I was remoting into Lily's stream for when we were doing the stream over the holidays of building furniture. I was pulling in that stream remotely, but yeah, then they have the encoder version also, which I think is 79. And this is the opposite direction. So that's this will publish an NDI feed from whatever input is in it. And it does that. It does it well. It's great. I'm a fan of these products for sure. Matt bit the bullet, order the Tail 2 for my hobby. At least it's not expensive as some of my friends' hobbies. One collects old cars. That is an expensive hobby. I hear a lot of walking upstairs. Must be Lily. Yeah, she just got home. The PTZ that I got can't close focus. The Tail Air does, and I think the Tail will be better than that. Hello, Axis Productions. Chad says, thanks, I've got a Teradek Cube and its EOL and the 4K replacement is $. I use Live View at work, but the Solo Pro is too big and heavy. Well, I thought the Teradek was more about, like, let's see, what is the Teradek Cube? I haven't bought Teradek stuff in a very long time. It's meant for, oh, it's meant for cameras. Okay. HDMI, SDI video inputs. Oh, it has built-in recording. That's kind of cool. What does it do over the network? Oh, just everything. Okay. MPEG SRT, HLS, and NDI. Does the major do HEVC? I'm not sure if it does actually. Let's see. Wait, I need the encoder. This is the NDI encoder. So this is just, yeah. This one doesn't do SRT and stuff. So if you need, if it's just for NDI, then that's fine. But if you want to do SRT and stuff, you need a different one. That's kind of the theme with the Magewell stuff, is that they're like, they do one thing rather than everything. There's other things that are like this little Zoe Tech box, which is essentially a little mini computer, and it does everything, and it can be decoder, encoder, NDI, SRT, everything, and that also means it's way more complicated to configure and a little bit more fragile. Okay. Oh, Bowles Promo says the LED projector's in my cart. I'll get you a California address today. Fantastic. Okay. I don't unfortunately have a way to like hold it for you, so hopefully you can finish the checkout pretty soon. Okay. Wow, we are already at 2.5 hours. I think we're gonna have to wrap this up pretty soon. Just got the YoloBox Pro. So far, so good. I have another device that does 4K streams, but the bonding became an issue. I find doing HD is more reliable. Absolutely. 4K is 4 times the video of HD, so it is not to be treated lightly. Also, I really don't think, yeah, exactly. People actually notice the difference. I don't think most people notice the difference with 4K. There are very few times when the 4K is going to be the thing that makes the difference for your stream. You have to remember, so a lot of people are going to be watching it on phones where it's not even big enough that 4K is going to make a difference. People watching on devices that don't support 4K. So, yeah. Emerald says there's an SDI version of the Zoe box. It's only 3G SDI, but otherwise all the same. Yeah, I noticed that. It is really cool. I might have to put one in the rack permanently because it is a really cool little box. Although actually, if it's in the rack permanently, I have to choose if it's input or output because I have to physically unplug the SDI cable in order to move it into input or output in the rack. So that's interesting. I think you need to watch on a 60-inch Ultra HD to notice a difference. And even then, unless you're sitting really close to it, you probably won't even notice the difference. I do high bitrate HD and a good Sony camera, and it looks the same to me. I agree. This is I don't stream 4K for same reason. I think it's I think there's a lot of other things you can upgrade on the stream first to get you a better picture than the 4K upgrade will give you. So good lighting, for example, and good lenses, and those are going to make more of a difference to your stream than going to 4K without doing those upgrades will. So you also do airport streams. So many airport stream channels. I love it. Should I bring up the flight ticker for where is that? Oh, why don't I have it in my sources? I should fix that. We can bring up the PDX departures. There we go. These are all the flights leaving and departing from the Portland airport. You are having your own ticker made. Ooh. Who's doing it? Who's doing it? I hear it's a hot commodity on airport streaming channels. I think people get caught up in 4K. I agree. It's just a very like it's just a very easy like thing to decide to chase next because it's a very concrete. It's like there's a number associated with it. There's a it's a very clear thing to chase versus a lot of the less clear things that are like lenses or you know, there's no like numbering of lens quality the way there's numbering of going up to 4K. So yeah. Been a while since I checked, but you don't need to replug. It has an SDI in and out. Oh, does it have SDI in and out? Oh, in that case, I should just hardwire it in and leave it for sure. I guess that makes sense because the HDMI version also has HDMI in and out. Yeah, okay. Rossi says, I watch Aaron's live stream on an 85-inch TV. Wow, that means my head's probably bigger than my head in real life. And the image appears as if it's 4K. This is another really interesting point that a lot of the 4K TVs will upscale the picture anyway and like make it look like it's 4K anyway. So, and it's probably doing a good enough job. Certainly not like any. Yeah. So that's a good point. Mate says, what is your thought on PTZ, especially for professional PTZ that doesn't cost a fortune and has decent sensor and image quality? It's, it is, yeah. If you want good quality PTZs, you have to spend a lot. If you want okay quality, you can find cheaper ones. This one that I've been playing with here. AVKANS sent this over. I think it's fine. It's like $350 or something. So it's like way cheaper than a lot of the PTZs and it's okay. The zoom is good. But like definitely not quite the same quality as my BGH1 cameras, but for a lot of things, it's fine. So what bitrate am I streaming this at? I'm streaming at 6 megabits average. So on a video, on a shot like this, it'll be about 6 megabits. If I switch over to a multi-view where there's less video and more still graphics, the bitrate drops way down in the ATEM down to like 3 megabits. So, but yeah, mostly it's hovering around 6. Is that the airline videos live ticker? You recognized it. It is. I built that for him. I'm glad you recognized it. That means he a lot of the design of it was his choice, but yeah. Gwen says, I love 4K for editing, but I don't think I've ever streamed 4K. I sometimes even stream 720 if the venue internet is questionable. No client has ever commented about resolution. Yeah. I think yeah, especially for like client stuff, it's way more important that the stream is reliable and has good audio and doesn't drop out than the difference between 720 and 4K. So, yeah. If the internet is questionable, you are going to have to drop your quality, your streaming bitrate and resolution, and that is fine because most people won't even notice. You have to see the Samsung transparent TV chandelier made for CES. That sounds great. I should go look that up. I need to go watch some CES coverage. OBSBOT Tail Air 2 has a 50 megapixel 1/1.5 inch. Would it work great on low light compared to 1/2.5 PTZ? Yeah, generally the bigger sensors, the better. So, and the sensor size can make a huge difference in low light. So, yes, that looks like that would be a solid upgrade for that. Roland says, what NDI to SDI HDMI converter do you recommend? Probably the Magewell, honestly. Let me find that. It's just solid. Which direction did you say? NDI to SDI. There's our separate NDI, or sorry, separate SDI versus HDMI version. So you don't have, you have to buy separate boxes if you want HDMI or SDI out. Some of the other ones will do, they have both output ports on them. So that's the only downside to the Magewells, but they're rock solid. Okay, we are going to wrap this up. It has now been almost 3 hours and I'm getting hungry. So one more, I'm going to drop in one more link in the chat for another somebody must want the mouse pads. Look how cute they are. Banana Racer and Banana Businessman getting into a car. Somebody please take these. And get the link. Okay. First person to check out with this coupon code gets the products. First come, first served. It's good for anything in that giveaways category. There's only a few things left. Ryan says, thanks again. Fill some of my Sunday afternoons when Vikings are not playing. Great. Like these streams. Thank you. Well, thanks for joining. With that, we are going to roll the credits. Thanks everybody for joining. Thanks to the extreme supporters of the channel, Larry, Kevin, and Marcin. And of course, thanks to everybody else for being a channel member as well. Again, if you are a channel member, make sure you have joined the Discord for channel members. There's a lot of good discussion throughout the week on the Discord. And if you are a giveaway winner, make sure you say hi in the giveaway channel and I'll send you the coupon code for your discount. Otherwise, we will be back here same time, same place next week for another round of this, and hopefully a bunch of you will have gotten boxes with stuff that's in my studio helping me clean this up, and be back with some more demos and questions next week. Thanks everybody for joining. Thanks everyone. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Only 31 likes. We can do better than that. Damon finally caught one of your live streams. Hello, right at the end. Sorry. Come back next week and we'll keep rolling. Thanks everyone. See you next week. Goodbye.